Welcome, Fade to Black breaking news for this Monday, April 8th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. Happy Totality Day. Yeah, I'm Jimmy Church. All right, kicking off another week here on Fade to Black and another amazing week, by the way. Tonight, Constance Victoria Briggs is with us. We're going to be talking about our mystical moon, her books, and all of the research that she has put into our moon. And what a great day to have Constance on with us. Tomorrow night, John Kachuba is with us. We're going to be talking about shapeshifters. Wednesday, Dr. Simeon Hein is back with us. We're going to be talking science, the multiverse, and physics, remote viewing, and so much more with Simeon Hein. Love it when he's on the show. And then Thursday, John Greenwald of the Black Vault. So we have an amazing week coming up here on Fade to Black. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1994. Kurt Cobain is found dead in his home in Seattle, Washington, with fresh injection marks in both of his arms and a fatal wound to the head from a 20-gauge shotgun that was found between his knees. He was found 3 days after his suicide on this day in 1994. Here's your Fader fact. Almost every single human alive today is a direct descendant of Charlemagne, king of the Franks and emperor of the Holy Roman Empire from 768 to 814 AD. Yeah, you thought I was going to say somebody else, didn't you? You didn't know that. King Charlemagne. Yeah, there you go. Breaking news. Well, the day of totality continues. It's sort of over. A lot of the live coverage has ended. Right now, the eclipse has passed over Montreal, Canada, and it's on its way to Gander, Newfoundland, Canada, small town on an island, and then it's over. Now, we got about 50% totality here in Los Angeles around 11:15 a.m. this morning. We got about half the rapture. I haven't checked on my neighbors to see who was left. If you're here like me, you didn't get raptured. Yeah. Yeah. What does that mean? It was pretty cool. We got 50% here in Los Angeles, and it was just like, clouds passing in front of the sun. The hummingbirds didn't stop eating. They were tending to the feeders. It seemed pretty normal, but it did just get a little strange there for a few minutes. I did watch the eclipse live in all of the cities, kicking off in Mazatlan, Mexico, and I watched that. Did you see? I'll talk about this tonight with Constance, but did you see when the total eclipse happened? Did you see the little solar bursts that were sticking out? A little orange burst. It was pretty wild. And the one that was at 4:00, that thing got pretty big. So it was kind of strange. Nobody talking about it. I did have Peter Tackran from the band Hypocrisy hit me up from Sweden going, "Dude, are you watching this? What is that?" And he sent me a picture with the circle around. I said, "Yeah, no, I see it too." So there you go. All right. Where am I at? An issue of Action Comic #1, which introduced the world to Superman, sold at auction for a record $6 million earlier today, making it the most valuable comic book in the world. It tops an issue of 1939 Superman #1, which sold for $5.3 million in 2022. God, that's crazy. Before that, the most valuable comic in the world was a copy of 1962's Amazing Fantasy #15, the first appearance of Spider-Man, which sold for $3.6 million in 2021. Man, that's That's just too much money for a comic book. A Southwest Airlines plane heading to Houston turned back to Denver International Airport yesterday after an engine covering fell off the Boeing plane and hit the plane's wing flap. The Federal Aviation Administration said the Boeing 737-800 plane returned to Denver safely around 8:15 a.m. local time and was towed to the gate. The engine cowling fell off during takeoff and struck the wing flap. I fly too much. I just don't like doing these stories. I just don't. Anyway, moving on. Near perfect. I don't know if you've seen these images yet, but they are mind-blowing because near perfect smoke rings emerged from Mount Etna in a rare display captured on camera over the weekend. The volcanic Vortex rings have blown into the sky from the largest active volcano in Europe since last Wednesday. Scientists say Mount Etna sees the rare phenomenon caused by a constant release of vapors and gases more than any other volcano on Earth. The rings spewed out of the new crater that opened last Tuesday on Etna's summit. You need to see they're perfect rings. Plasma rings, smoke rings. Really cool, though. Astronomers discovered the first rogue by itself free floating planets, otherwise known as FFPs, by the way, 20 years ago, using the United Kingdom Infrared Telescope in Hawaii. Since then, observers have spotted hundreds of rogue planets. Some say there's probably as many rogue planets as regular planets out there in the universe. And last year, they detected with the James Webb Space Telescope more than 500 additional free-floating planets in a trapezoid-shaped expanse of the Orion Nebula. 80 of these worlds, which are between 0.7 and 13 times the mass of Jupiter, formed pairs of planets that orbit each other. That's crazy. That's right. Think about this. Rogue planets traveling through space without a sun. What would happen if one cruised through our star system? Right? Oh, wait. I've seen Space 1999. I know how that plays out. A 53-foot tanker truck carrying 102,000 Chinook salmon in Oregon skidded off the road and rolled over late last month. Now, the truck hit a sharp corner and ultimately overturned on the bank of northeastern Oregon's Looking Glass Creek. It all happened on March 29th last week. Now, the truck driver experienced only minor injuries. This thing flipped over onto its top. So I know what you're asking. What about the salmon? What happened? Well, about 77,000 of the young ones, known as smolts, by the way, made it down the bank and into the water and swam away. No, they escaped. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool ending. Tesla. Here we go. Tesla will reveal its robo-taxi on August 8th, CEO Elon Musk said in a social media post on Twitter. X. Elon has promised shareholders a robo-taxi for years, but has not yet managed to deliver on his self-driving dreams. But Tesla shares rose over 3% in extended trading after his tweet. Tesla still has yet to deliver on an autonomous vehicle or technology that can turn its cars into level 3 automated vehicles. However, Tesla offers advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS, including a standard autopilot option or premium full self-driving FSD option, the latter of which cost $199 per month for U.S. subscribers or $12,000 up front. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Listen to me. This happened down the street. All right. It happened last weekend. And when I read the breaking news, I'm like, I know this place. This is nuts. Well, check this out. Last Easter Sunday, thieves got away with $30 million in cash from a money storage facility in Sylmar, California. And that's right down the street, just north of Los Angeles. And they did it by breaking into a building on Easter Sunday and cracking the safe. How do you crack a safe? $30 million in cash. One of the largest heists on record in Los Angeles. That's a lot of money. Thieves were able to breach the building. I don't know how they pull this off, seriously. As well as the safe where the money is stored. The operators of the business, Garda, did not discover the massive theft until they opened the vault the next day on Monday morning. They got away with it. The facility is a location of Garda World, a global cash management and security company that also operates fleets of armored cars. Now, I've seen the building. It's a pretty famous building, actually. And the Garda trucks are all over L.A. County. That's the main armored car. You see Brinks and other things, but it's Garda. It's a Garda World here in Los Angeles. Nearly 2 years ago, as much as $100 million in jewels and other valuables were stolen from a Brinks big rig at a Southern California truck stop. The thieves haven't been caught. The Garda facility had multiple alarm systems. Think about this, man. You got the laser beams in the hallways, right? Multiple alarm systems, a seismic motion detector on the safe, as well as additional motion sensors and probably them lasers throughout the building. This is incredible. It's going to be a great movie when it comes out, and it's going to be a movie. For me, it just smells of an inside job. Think about that. You have to know this building. You've got to know the inside. You've got to know the alarm systems. You got to know everything. You got to know where the safe is. You got to know what kind of safe it is. All of that stuff. Yeah, this is James Bond. This is crazy. Seriously. And it happened last Easter Sunday. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this day of totality. Monday, April 8th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody tonight on the show, Constance Victoria Briggs is with us, and we're going to be talking about our amazing, mysterious, mystical moon. She's a great researcher and a great author. We're going to be discussing all of that and what she has found out and more tonight on Fade to Black. But for now, all I've got is Go Backley Tappy.